get to a critical Senate race now that's drawing new national attention because of an unexpected Republican candidate, President Obama's own former Secret Service agent. Brian Todd is here. He finds there could be some excitement going on right now. What is going on, Brian?
Well, Daniel Bongino is going from one tough job to another. As a Secret Service agent on the president's detail, he saw firsthand the personal toll that politics takes. But he's diving headfirst into it right now as an underdog Republican in a Democratic state.
It wasn't long ago that Daniel Bongino would have taken a bullet for President Obama, literally. Now,
are you disappointed in him?
I want to say personally that I have enormous respect for him. He treated me with dignity and respect, and he is a wonderful man. His family was great to me. But I just disagree with the ideology. It's a simple ideological play. That's it. The country's going on the wrong path.
Bongino says it repeatedly. This isn't personal. As part of the Secret Service's Presidential Protective Detail until 2010, Bongino literally shadowed President Obama for nearly 2 years, and President Bush before that. He's got nothing but compliments for both men personally. But there's a political fire in Daniel Bongino, and he's quit a rising career as an agent to make a run for the U.S. Senate in Maryland. The odds don't favor him. Bongino's a Republican in a state that hasn't had a GOP senator since 1987. If he wins the nomination, he'll challenge Democrat Ben Cardin, who's been in Congress for a quarter century. When we question whether he has enough experience, Bongino talks health care and economic recovery in Tea Party terms, which he says he agrees with.
People might be wondering, what are you going to be able to do coming from the Secret Service, policy-wise, that will make you legitimate?
I've done an enormous amount of research on macroeconomic policy. We got to get government out of the way. They're in the way. They're standing in front of the American entrepreneur. We've done this before. We know how to get out of this.
Aside from saying they don't agree with Bongino's politics, Cardin's office wouldn't comment on his candidacy. As we walked just a few feet from the White House, I pressed Bongino on the toll he's seen politics take on families as an insider.
Why drag your family through this?
It was a tough decision, a really tough decision. My wife and I thought about this for a very long time. I had never thought about jumping into politics, but I'd always followed the issues. And when I left the job, we said, we're going to take a week, and we're going to calmly think about this. And she was willing to get in with me. She really was. We had that Rocky Adrian moment in Rocky II when Adrian wakes up from the coma and tells him to win.
Bongino says he and his wife have no illusions about how hard it is to be in politics. He says he's had to travel to 27 countries as a Secret Service agent, that it's been rough on his family, but they've stuck it out, and Wolf, they're ready to do it again.
What is the Secret Service saying about all of this?
You know, the agency is notorious for being fiercely anti-political. They don't want to get involved in it at all, for obvious reasons. The agency would not comment on his candidacy when we contacted them. A former Secret Service agent, though, said as long as Bongino doesn't ever reveal any privileged information that he might have overheard while he was on the detail, there's really no issue with him running. There have been other people to hold elective office who have been Secret Service agents. The Lieutenant Governor of Oklahoma, Mr. Lamb, is one of them.
Given the Democratic power in Maryland, he's got an uphill struggle.
He does.
Ahead of him. All right, thanks very much, Brian. Interesting.